Anybody play sports really well? Me, DJ, yeah. Hey, you guys are going to be here for a treat. We're going to get it started here in just a little while. But just so Miss Rocky is going to introduce this young gentleman here that we have here. So I'm not going to steal her thunder at all with that. But we're going to be talking a little bit about bullying and what we do with our anti-bullying and that kind of stuff today. And what I would encourage you guys to do, guys, come on in and sit in the remaining seats that are there. Try to fill in the first few rows in the empty seats. All right. What I want to challenge you guys to do, is to be interactive. All right. Ask questions. All right. Submit and share stories if you have a story to you. You do have the time to do that this morning. But let's be open, like we always are. Let's always be honest. Of course, we're going to be respectful of the speaker. When the speaker is talking, what are we doing? Listening and not talking and paying attention. You guys generally do a great job of that, so you know what the expectations are. I know that you'll do fantastic. And we want to get started with short. We're waiting on the 5th grade class?
Yeah, but they can, I guess, join us as
Okay.
I'm trying to, give me 1 minute. I just want to see where I'm going.
I'll do the intro. It's okay.
We can.
How's everybody doing?
Okay.
Wonderful. I am doing very good.
Sorry.
Well.
Okay, listen up. My name is Eric King, and I've played professional football for a number of seasons with Tennessee Titans, as well as the Detroit Lions and Buffalo Bills. Today, I'm here to talk to you guys about a serious, important topic that's going on, I'm sure, here in this school, as well as other schools around Florida, and schools across the nation. It's a very important topic. It's something that we need to touch upon, and it's something that we need to cease and have stop, especially at private schools and institutions like this. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about bullying. How many of you guys know what bullying is? I'm sure everybody does. Why raise a hand? How many people in here know the different types of bullying that we have? Okay, when I call on you, I want you to stand up. I want you to be assertive, stand proud, stand strong, and I want you to say what you have to say coming out of your mouth, okay? That's how we're going to do the question and answer part of this. So I'm going to ask you guys the different types of bullying, and I want you to give me 7 different types, because there's 7 keys, 7 different types of bullying that go on, throughout schools, and we're going to find a way to devise a plan to stop those things. Does anybody know what they are? Yes.
Cyberbullying.
Stand up.
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying. Yes. Cyberbullying is very, very important. Cyberbullying is something that we have when people post bad things on Facebook, when people go on Twitter, where they post things on different accounts. And it's really bad because our family and our friends are able to go online and see these bad remarks and different things that you say about people. And it really hurts. Words really hurt. Whether they're verbal or whether they're through the computer or internet or any different type of situation like that, it causes for miscommunication and causes for someone to not be shown or seen in a great light. So that's very important, and that's something that has to stop. And that's also something that's been going on within the past few years, and it's growing because now we're dealing with more technology. And as you can see, I have the iPad, iPhone, and different types of things like that. So yes, cyberbullying is one. What's another? Yes.
Physically hurting each one.
Yes, that's number 2. Physically hitting, kicking, punching somebody, not acceptable. No matter where you do it or how you do it, we all know that hitting, kicking, punching other people in that kind of way is not appropriate. So yes, we have 2. Yes. What did I say I want you to do when I call on you? Stand up. What was that?
Verbal bullying.
Verbal bullying, yes. That's the 3rd. Verbal bullying, of course, when you call people names, when you call people out of their name, that shows that our character is not where it needs to be. And when people feel like that's a fun thing to do or that's something good about calling names on somebody else, that's only because of their own insecurities. So there we have 3. We have another one. Yes?
Being a racist about other people.
Exactly. You know what? That's not one actually that we have. That's in our. That's one of the 7 keys. But that is very, very important because, of course, at a school like this, I'll give you guys a little story. I went to a school that was very, very similar to your guys' school. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I went to a school that was from pre-K all the way to 12. And it was very similar to how you guys have a preparatory school. We could actually board at school, you know, in our high school at my school in Maryland called McDonough. And one thing that I noticed, you know, coming from an area that I lived in, you know, I was put into an area where in 9th grade I started going to school with, you know, all different walks of life. You know, it wasn't just black or white, you know, it was, you know, Jewish kids as well as Oriental kids, as well as, you know, all different nationalities and all different races. And you learn to become open-minded. And by being around a society that's multicultural, you're able to learn about other people and you're able to do things with other people. And that allows you to open up your surroundings and understand that it's more to the world than just what you are, because we have other beings as well that you have to know and understand. So that's very important. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, we have what? Cyber, kicking. We have cyber, we have verbal, we have physical, we have racism, we have, what else do we have?
Mental.
Mental. Okay, we can put mental under intimidation. Okay? And intimidation would be me bullying you in a way because maybe I'm stronger than you. I might be able to lift a couple more weights than you. So that means that I take out my being stronger than you and I try to intimidate you. You know, whether it be verbally or whether it be physically. And yes, that's another way. Yes.
Gossiping and rumor spreading.
Yes, that's very important. And that's what we call, indirect bullying. When we bully indirectly, that means we send messages through other people. Say, for instance, this is your friend right here, and you tell her a message that you want to keep between you two. If she goes out and she spreads your message, or tells other people, or even if it comes back to you and it becomes a rumor or something that was misspelled or missaid or any type of situation like that, that is a form of bullying. Because when a person comes to you and they confide in you and they want a message or something to be kept with you, then you keep that with that person. You honor that. You respect that person. You keep that with yourself. And don't go off and tell other people and then you get back to that person and they become upset or in a situation where they're offended. And, yes.
Threatening.
What is that?
Threatening.
Threatening, yes, that's one as well. That goes under the intimidation, and that goes under also something that goes on every day, and that's repetitive. And that's the last one we have. You know, a repetitive situation is where the person continuously gets bullied in the same way, day after day after day. And we all know that has to be stopped. Yes.
Yeah, maybe I might have missed one, but what about when we exclude others from our groups or don't include you know, our kids in together? What about that?
Well, that's part of discrimination. That's part of what my buddy said right here.
Okay.
As far as we're concerned with maybe racial things, but it also breaks down into being cliquish. When you're in different groups, we all understand that we hang with certain people. We do things with our friends, but we also have to understand that once we leave out of school and once we go into the real world, we have to deal with everybody. You know, I have to be able to work with you in unison. You have to be able to work with me. You have to be able to work with all walks of life. So why not practice that here in school? Why not allow somebody else who isn't part of your clique or group, why not allow them to come into your situation or to invite them in or to talk to them or to be on a different relationship with them than rejecting them? You know, that's the sign of a leader. The person who steps up to the plate and goes out and offers a helping hand or offers their voice to somebody that's in need or in help, that's the type of person that's a leader. And we all understand, we all know that leaders make it far in this world. They make it far in schooling. They make it far in academics and far in athletics. When you're a follower, you do as everybody else does, and you allow yourself to be in a situation where you're not thinking with your own mind and you're thinking what others do. You know, just as an example is, you know, saying that, you know, somebody's going to leave out of here and go do some drugs or go do something bad. And because they're your friend and you're associated with them, you go do it with them. Of course, what we know, when we go do that thing with them, it might be cool for that particular 5 minutes or whatever it is, but then you have to deal with the consequences of going to jail. You have to deal with the consequences of the law. You have to deal with the consequences of mom and dad. and we all know that we don't want to have to deal with that. So mainly what I'm saying is be a leader. Being a leader helps you out in any bullying situation, and being a leader also helps you out in any situation that you're involved with in life. Yes?
You also have to deal with a situation of being addicted to that drug.
That's right. Exactly. And that's a whole nother topic in itself as far as drugs and different types of things like that. And next time I come back to school, we'll talk about that. Right now, we're just going to stick on the bullying topic. And I want to hit you guys with a few statistics.
Can I, just for 1 minute, I would like to welcome the 5th grade students that just entered and kind of give them a little intro because I'm sure they're a little confused as to what's going on. This is Eric King. He was an NFL player for the Detroit Lions, for the Buffalo Bills,